What if a 2,500-year-old text held the key to a question we're all still asking today? A big one. What does it actually mean to be a true seeker? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today, uncovering some surprisingly modern insights on the path of self-discovery, straight from an ancient source.
All right, so let's just jump right in. If you call yourself a seeker, what are you really after? I mean, is it the look, the title, the cool factor? This ancient text really pushes us to get brutally honest about our own intentions right from the get-go.
So the key term we're going to be looking at is this Pali word samana. It basically means a contemplative or a seeker. But look, this isn't just some dusty old dictionary definition. The text throws down a challenge. What separates the real deal from someone who's just, playing the part?
And what's so cool about this text is how it starts, not by telling us what a true seeker is, but by first tearing down all the common ideas of what a seeker is not. It kicks things off by totally deconstructing the myth of appearances.
Okay, first up, the look. The text pulls no punches here. Those special robes you see, they don't magically make you enlightened. At the end of the day, they're just clothes.
And what about the hairstyle? Back in ancient India, having matted hair was a big sign that you were a serious ascetic. And yeah, you guessed it, the text is crystal clear on this one too. Your hair doesn't change what's going on in your head. It's just hair.
Okay, so what about rituals? People have been bathing in sacred rivers for thousands of years hoping for purification. But this text gives us a reality check. You can't just wash away your inner greed or anger with a quick dip in some water.
And mantras? Sure, chanting can be a really powerful practice, but come on, the words themselves, they're not some magic spell. If the inner work isn't happening, it's just another outward performance. And then the text just seals the deal with this brilliant piece of logic. It basically says, hey, if getting rid of greed and anger was as simple as changing your clothes or taking a bath, wouldn't we just force every baby to do it from birth? It's this incredible point that just slams it home. The real work, it's got to be an inside job.
Okay, so if it's not our clothes, not our hair, not our rituals, then what is the problem? The text tells us to stop looking outside. It's time to turn our attention inward to what it calls the real obstacles, the inner stains of the mind. The text calls them the samanamalani, literally, the stains of a contemplative. And these are things we can all relate to, right? We're talking about covetousness, that feeling of wanting what others have, ill will, just raw anger, jealousy, deceit, and trickery. And maybe the biggest one, holding a fundamentally wrong view of how things really are. These, the text says, are the actual roadblocks on the path.
And here's where it gets really serious. The text gives us this powerful image. It says a so-called seeker, who's hiding all these inner stains, is like someone carrying a hidden, double-edged sword. Think about it. On the outside, you see the robes, the whole spiritual getup, but underneath, they're armed with something incredibly dangerous. It really shows the peril of living a divided life.
Okay, so the problem is internal. It's hidden. So what do we do about it? Well, now we get to the solution. The text lays out a very clear path of purification, and it's all about this huge shift from looking outside to looking inside.
And this is really the heart of it, right? This massive contrast. You've got the superficial path, which is all about how things look on the outside, but the inner stains, they're still there, festering, leading to more suffering. But then you have the true path. And this path is all about focusing directly on your inner state, with the goal of abandoning those stains. And that, the text says, is the direct highway to real joy and peace. So how do we actually walk this path? Well, step one, you've got to see this stuff in yourself. Really see it, with total honesty, no beating yourself up. Then, you actively work on letting it all go, piece by piece. And the payoff isn't some abstract idea, it's a real felt experience, a natural flow from joy, which the text calls pamajam, into a deeper delight, or piti, and finally, that settles into this profound mental calm, known as samadhi.
But here's the thing, this isn't some selfish project. As you start to clean up your own mind, something amazing happens. These positive qualities that start to grow in their place, they don't just stay inside you. They naturally start to radiate outwards, affecting everyone and everything around you.
And what are these qualities? They're called the four sublime states. There's metta, which is this unconditional loving kindness, karuna, or deep compassion, mudita, which is this amazing ability to feel joy for other people's happiness. And finally, upekkha, a balanced, unshakable equanimity. And look, these aren't just feel-good words on a poster. They are the actual fruits that grow from a purified mind.
So, you might be thinking, okay, that sounds great, but who is this for? Is there some kind of velvet rope or an exclusive guest list? Well, the text answers this with another absolutely beautiful and powerful image.
I want you to really picture this. Imagine you're on a long journey, it's hot, you're dusty, you're just totally worn out. And then you come across a cool, clear, beautiful pond. That feeling of relief is just immense. Well, the text says this inner peace is exactly like that pond, a source of incredible relief and refreshment that's available to absolutely anyone who's looking for it.
And this was where the text gets truly radical for its time. I mean, you have to remember, this was written in a world with a very strict social hierarchy, but it declares loud and clear that this path to inner peace, what it calls ahatam vupasamma, is open to everyone. It doesn't matter what your social class is, who your parents were, or what your starting point in life is. None of that matters.
All right, so where does all this lead? What's the final destination on this inner journey? The text doesn't leave us hanging. It describes an ultimate state of profound, final liberation.
The text calls the ultimate goal the destruction of the asava. You can think of these as the deepest taints or pollutions of the mind. We're talking about the really deep-rooted stuff. That constant nagging craving for sensual pleasure, that primal clinging to existence itself, and our fundamental ignorance about the nature of reality. The goal isn't just to trim these weeds, it's to pull them out by the very root. And the result of all that work? True freedom, a liberated mind, a perfected wisdom. And the best part? This isn't some pie in the sky when you die kind of thing. No way. The text is insistent. This freedom is something that can be known for yourself right here and right now.
And so this ancient guide leaves us, and it leaves you, with a question that is just as piercing today as it was 2,500 years ago. In your own life, in your own search for meaning, where is your focus? Are you defined by the image you show to the outside world, or by the quality of the world that you are so carefully and so quietly building within?